Hi, Scott Machine Gun Dad. Welcome back to my channel. I have Nick here with me. I have this gun on the wall, another episode of that. In this case, it's an FN-49. This is an Argentine contract FN-49. It's in 308. It was one of the ones that came in, I guess it was originally built in 7.65 Argentine with a 10-round fixed magazine, like most FN-49s. And then they changed it over to a 20-round magazine and put a new barrel on it for 308. So let's go to the range. You can see how we shoot it, and then we'll talk about it.
All ran fine.
Hey, you just saw us shooting it, so you got to see the part where it worked. It didn't work too well for us.
Yeah.
So, well, first thing we have to do on any gas operated like FAL or this gun has adjustable gas system up here, we had to make sure it worked with the ammo we did. We dialed it back a little bit, but it was throwing cases 20, 25 feet away and locking open on the last round.
Yep.
So we took a second magazine. It didn't lock and open, so we went back to the first magazine, and then we used the first magazine. And every third or fourth round, it would not feed. The follower was dragging. So Nick came in and picked up another magazine, 2 more magazines.
3 more magazines.
So we put a magazine in, and he was getting bent rounds. Right?
Yeah, it was taking the bullet itself and smashing it up against the casing, bending the whole thing.
And I wasn't paying. So we finally, we lubed. I put a little PB blaster in it, and he was able to get 10 or 12 rounds out of it. So then I went to shoot it, and it didn't work. And I looked, and the magazine we had a broken feed lip.
Yep. So small that you would barely notice it, but it made all the difference.
It hung down on the back, and it kept the rounds from jumping up. They would push forward, and that's probably why they were bent up.
Yeah, getting slammed up against the barrel face.
So this is what it looks like with the magazine. If you notice, it's a tilt lock system. It's actually pretty better than the M14 it locks in. So Nick, I know you never shot one of these before.
I didn't even know these things existed until you pulled it off the wall and said, "Here."
What do you think?
I really like it. It's 308, so it's a chunky cartridge, but it doesn't feel like it's punching the shoulder. It's very, very easy to shoot. Again, as I've said in multiple videos, the reason I suck at shooting is not because of any of the gun's fault or the magazine's fault or anything like that. It's because I suck at shooting, but I am getting better. This thing is really useful, or not useful, really good. The rear sight on it is a wider aperture. That's why I was able to use it a lot more effectively than most of the apertures I've used. I like the open face, but this is a really good aperture sight. I like that. And she shot good. She smacked the crap out of the target. It was a real nice, fun shoot.
This for years was one of my favorite. I wouldn't call it. It is a battle rifle, but it was something I used to take to the range. I have one of these in 8mm Egyptian contract, which we'll do a video on. I shot the crap out of it when 8mm was a nickel. I love the guns. They shoot true once they're sighted in. The big thing is, and I showed Nick this, depending on what 308 ammo you have, you do have to dial it in. We were using pretty hot machine gun ammo, so we had it almost all the way open, if not all the way to the gas plug. If I was shooting a little wimpier ammo or commercial ammo, I'd probably have to close the gas system up to give a little more back pressure. The big problem with these magazines, I have 10 magazines. I bet you 7 of them are probably serviceable, and the other ones are going to be spares for parts because the lips are broken. But it's a fun gun to shoot. It's a real cool piece of history, and if you love FALs, you'll love an FN-49. And one of the favorite things about this is as far as I know, I'm not an FN-49 variant expert. This is the only version that had a detachable magazine. All the other ones used a fixed 10-round magazine. That you couldn't pull the magazine out and load it separately. The magazine feed lips are actually built into the receiver.
Yeah.
Not the most affordable of the FN-49s. I think this is the second most expensive variant. The most expensive variant are the 30-06 guns. I think Luxembourg used them. Beautiful guns. I could never afford one. Even when they were affordable, I couldn't afford one. But as far as fun shooting, this is probably the most fun. I want to thank you for coming back to see another episode of I've Got This Gun on the Wall. My FN-49 Argentine contract FN-49. I think, Nick, this will probably be one of the few times you get to shoot one of these because there aren't that many left. So
Again, I didn't even know the thing existed, and then they pulled it off the wall and said, "Here, let's go shoot it."
So come see us again. Like, subscribe, comment,
Follow us on Rumble.
Rumble.
Yeah,
I don't fucking care.
Yeah, you
Whatever.
don't like begging for stuff.
Thanks.
Just do it anyway.